I've got instructions on my GitHub. If you look at github.com/danheeks/vario, you can find the BMP 280 piezo project. And here is a bit of video of me flying last summer. The first thing you need to do is program your Arduino Nano clone with the firmware. You use Arduino IDE to do this, and hopefully the source code has got all the instructions you need in it. Okay, how to make a vario. You take an Arduino Nano clone, they're quite cheap, a BMP 280, this comes on a breakout board. I've got some jumper wires, 8 of them there, a piezo buzzer, a passive piezo buzzer, and a battery connector and a 9-volt battery. You connect ground on the Arduino to ground on the BMP 280. Connects the 3.3 volts on the Arduino to the 3.3 volts to the, it says VCC on mine, on the BMP 280. You connect A5 on the Arduino to SCL on the BMP 280. Then SDA is to A4, and then D9 and D10 on the Arduino. Doesn't matter which way is which. Go onto the the 2 pins of the piezo buzzer. There they are. Doesn't matter which one's which. And then the battery connects to V in and ground on the Arduino. And when you've connected those up, you've got a working vario. Plug the battery in and it beeps. And when you go up, it beeps at you. Here's how you make a vario that goes in a tin. This is the tin I got. I've had a PCB, printed circuit board made. This one's version 6. I've had a sticker printed, just a print off piece of paper if you want and put some Pritt stick on the back and then remove it later. But what that does, as well as making the thing look pretty, is it shows you where to cut. So on the lid, I'll put this on as neat as I can. That'll do. And then I'm taking my penknife and I'm cutting through the metal along my lines of this rectangle like that, and I don't start at the corner or it pushes it down. I come back to the corner to cut through it, so I'll start a little way in and then get that bit of metal out. There we go. And then you got some quite bent edges here. Might be worth just pushing them flat again, and that's where your switch is going to go in. And in the hole, you want a bit of a hole for the sound to come out. You can just cut a little cross or something there for the hot sound to come out, or you could try and cut a little circle. Not doing a very good job of that. Maybe I need some kind of drill or something. I haven't tried drilling. I don't know. Well, that'll let the sound come out. And then you want to solder your components onto the board. So you've got your Arduino Nano. You can see which end the connector needs to go. And push that in place. BMP 280 with piezo buzzer. You leave the switch till the end. You've got a solder. You can solder that on now. You only need to bother soldering the ones that you would have put wires onto. So I'm going to solder ground. It's the fourth one along there. Got 3.3 volts, which is the second one down here. Hope you can see that in my head, not just looking at the top of my head. A5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 and 9. 8 and 9 along this way. Piezo buzzer is on 9 and 10. Well, I can see the tracks going to that. Nine and 10. Got a too big a soldering bit on there, I think. Is that soldered on? It is now. And V in and ground at this end. There we go. BMP 280 goes in there. Maybe I should have done that first. Got to keep that squished in place. Tell you what, I'll put a bit of solder on one of the pins. And if I'm not happy with it, not really happy with that, I'll just melt it and push it in. That's better. And that'll hold it in place. I'll just do all of those pins. Not the on-off switch yet, that's got to go through the lid. That's the last thing you do. The buzzer. Oh, that's good. And then power. Right. The red one goes in the square hole. I want to secure that to the lid like that with the switch. So the switch goes in that way round and you push it through the hole. I've cut my hole a little small, have I? Don't worry. I'll bend the tin out of the way, and then I want to just make sure that the metal has clipped in under the the plastic retaining bits there. Just sort of poke that flat again. It's quite a bendy tin, so you can just bend that around. And now I want to solder the switch onto here like that. Yeah, making sure that these bits of metal can't touch, these pins can't touch the bottom of there. You want to stick a bit of, the back of the sticker works. Put the battery in. And there is a Heeks vario. Turn it on. And it beeps. When you go up, it beeps.